What is up, YouTube's and Rahman? In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about some intensity techniques that you can incorporate into your weightlifting programs that would help you get more out of your workouts and your exercises. And before we get into it, I'm not a fitness trainer. This is just what I think based on my knowledge, and this is just my opinion. So you can believe what you want, but I'm not telling you to believe anything I say. Okay, so like I said, we'll be talking about some intensity techniques that you can incorporate into your workouts, and these basically help you to intensify your workouts. Okay, get you more out of them. And suppose you're in a limited environment. Okay, maybe you are in quarantine, training at home with just some free weights. So these are some techniques that you can integrate into your workouts, and these would help you get more out of your sets rather than doing straight sets. And they can also have a increased intensity factor into your workouts. Okay, so they can give you a better pump and just overall enhance the results that you get out of your workouts. Okay, so we'll be talking about supersets, cluster sets, drop sets, and giant sets. All right, so let's see what these are about. Okay, first up, I want to talk about supersets. So, what a superset basically is that you do one set of an exercise, and then you go straight into a set of another exercise. Okay, and maybe you can do more than two exercises like this. Okay, whatever meets your requirements, whatever fits into your workout. So, suppose you're training arms, okay, so you could do a biceps exercise, and then straight after that, without taking a rest, you can do a triceps exercise, okay. So, both of these sets together, the set of the biceps exercise and then the set of the triceps exercise, would be a superset. And then, in some cases, after one superset, you can take a rest, or you may not take a rest in some other cases. Okay, so then you might go back into your first set. Okay, so back into the biceps exercise, for example, without taking a rest at all, and you would only rest at the end of maybe three or four supersets. Okay, so that's basically what a superset is, doing a set of another exercise after doing one exercise without taking a rest. Okay, next up, let's talk about giant sets. All right, so for example, you're training legs, all right, and you're supposed to do squats and then leg extension, then leg curl, and then some lunges. Okay, so suppose that's what you're doing for your leg workout, and you would do maybe three or four sets of each of these exercises. So in a giant set, what you would do is you would take a set of your squats, and straight after that you would go into a set of leg extensions, then a set of leg curls, and then a set of lunges without taking a break. Okay, and then these four sets together would be one giant set. And then essentially what you would be doing for your workout would be four or five, or whatever volume of giant sets. So another intensity technique that can help you get a better pump, get more out of your exercises. And like I said, if you're in a limited environment, then these are some techniques that you can integrate to just get more out of your workouts. Okay, next up, we'll talk about a cluster set. Okay, so a cluster set would be limited to a singular body part, and what you would be doing basically is doing one movement of a certain exercise, and then the next rep you would do a movement of a different exercise. Okay, so suppose you're doing biceps curls. So for your first rep, you would do a standard dumbbell bicep curl, and then for the next rep, you would do maybe a hammer curl. Okay, so this gets you to stimulate your muscle in more than one ways with an exercise, and this is what essentially a cluster set is. So, more than one variation on a certain body part, and that's how you would be doing one set. So, that's what a cluster set is. Okay, last up, let's talk about drop sets. Okay, what you're doing with a drop set basically is you're doing an exercise set with the maximum weight that you can do for an exercise for whatever rep range you are working with for muscle hypertrophy. And then when you're done, when you've reached a point of failure or very close to failure, maybe, then you would want to drop the weight on your bar or on your machine or whatever you're working with to uh, you want to drop the weight by 30 to 40%. Okay, so suppose you're doing 10 kilos, then you would want to come down to maybe 6 or 7 kilos. If you're doing 100 kilos on something, you would want to come down to 60 or 70 kilos. And then from that point, you would take that set to a point of failure. And then you can go ahead and drop the weight by another 30 or 40%. And that would be another drop. And then you can continue doing the exercise till maybe at the end of it, where you're lifting nothing but the bar or just an empty stack on the machine or whatever. So you can do two drops like this on an exercise. You can do maybe three drops or whatever your body allows you to do, or however your workout is planned and set up, just to get more out of your set. And one more intensity technique we can talk about is partial sets. Okay, so what a partial set basically is, once you've reached a point of failure or very close to failure with an exercise, then you can incorporate some partial reps. Okay, what partial reps are is that you would not be doing the exercise to a full range of motion, maybe half or less than that. So suppose you're doing side laterals for your shoulders, then if you've reached a point of failure with the exercise, then you can do some partial reps. So you can only go halfway up, or maybe even less than that, just to get some more blood pumping into your muscle. Okay, just to stimulate your muscle a little bit more, train your muscle beyond failure, and that is another intensity technique that you can work with. So that's what I had to talk about in this video. We talked about supersets, giant sets, cluster sets, drop sets, and also partial sets or partial reps. Okay, so I hope you got some good information from it, and I hope you can apply some of this to your workouts and get more out of your workouts. Okay, once again, like I said, if you're in a limited environment, then maybe you can stimulate your muscles to a point that is beyond where you would have stimulated it had you been doing standard sets and standard exercises. And if there are some other intensity techniques that you want me to talk about, then I can talk about them in a different video. So you can let me know about that in the comments, and you can let me know what you thought about the video. If you like the video, like it and share it. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.